I wish I would have never used my sword, my tongue of a mouth, but I did. You know, I never hit their mother, but I did use my tongue to break someone down, and it's wrong. I stooped to a lower level, just like I told another family member not too long ago. You know, I'm not going to prove myself to you or anybody else. If this is truly what you think, then I know how you truly see me, and I'm done trying to have a relationship. I'm not going to force myself on anybody, you know. But unfortunately, that's life. You know, eventually I'm going to pass away, and then you're going to see all this fake stuff that goes on. And by the way, people, I'm not shouting. Hopefully anybody that does watch this, hope they don't think I'm shouting. But for some reason, this little speaker's right here, and I had to delete a couple of videos from this morning. And the only thing I can gather is I wasn't talking loud enough. And it was like 2 o'clock, between 11 and 2 o'clock, last night and this morning, because somebody wanted to send me a text message at 12 o'clock at night and wake me up, which I still don't understand the video, and I still don't understand it, and I'm not gonna entertain something that the devil does, to be honest with you. But that being said, you know, in the comment section, there's many things that I would really like to go over, and I'm going to, and hopefully it falls in the right people's hands. You know, I have a lot of visions that I have seen from from the Lord himself, and one of them, I'm just going to touch a little bit on some of these things, and then I'm going to go back and dig into them, because I want you to hear everything that I've seen. And I really, it took me years to do this because people kept coming against me, and I started believing it. I started thinking that I was going a little something up here. It's like, how is this? But today, too many people are speaking this. Whatever you believe, then believe it. But don't force other people to believe it. You got to let go of the past, because it's chaining you down and it's burdening you. Slavery's over, people. We're all in the same boat when it comes to slavery. Whether you think you think slavery ain't going on right now, you're wrong. We are all slave to the government, because they control us. They control us with that thing. It's called a social security number. Think about it. They know what you're doing. They tell us we're going to take a chip on our card. I refused it. My wife refused it. And then they finally changed it. I think we had Visa or something, and they changed it to a MasterCard, or we had MasterCard and they changed it to Visa. Go figure that one, huh? They couldn't stay with the same deal. They had to change from Visa to MasterCard, or vice versa, so we wouldn't question it. My card didn't expire till the card I had wouldn't expire till next year. So why did I have to get a new card? Because I refused that stupid chip card. But you forced it on me. That's not slavery? What is it? I go to work every day and they tell me what I'm going to do, what load I'm going to pick up, where I'm going, how I'm going. It's my job. I don't have a say in it. I get paid to do it. But am I out there putting you in chains? No, I'm trying to break your chains. I heard a lady say not too long ago, American African. She says, our ancestors, my grandmother, whoever was alive, is still alive, we talk about these things. We discuss this all the time. I'm sorry for that. I'm sorry for your children, if you have children, that has to sit there and listen to that. Or they're out running the streets and you have no idea what they're doing. And I'm not coming against the black race. Don't even go there. I'm talking to any race that sits there and don't even know what your children's doing, but they're out there on the street getting in trouble starting some little riff-raff little gangs, robbing people, beating up people, breaking in people's homes because they're underage, because parents don't care. The ones that do care, I had one of the kids, there was 5 of them. I had one of them said, it doesn't matter when you leave, we're not going to listen to your rules anyways. Mom says we don't have to. They wanted to quit school and do homeschooling, and I said, no, do not take these kids out of school. Well, they covered it up for a long time, and I found out. That's when I started changing who I was. It was a double standard. They were seeing what their mom was doing, and they were speaking of stuff about me that wasn't 100% truthful. And it's crazy. It's what I'm talking about right here. You got to let this stuff go. You can't hold on to slavery when your own, as you say, your own people were selling. Hey, guess what? God told Moses, go get your people. So there's nothing wrong with saying that. Call them your people. But one thing you got to understand is this: there was slavery before that, and some of the people lived very nice. I actually seen a documentary, true events. Their generations under them also were still employed through this one organization per se, because it turned into an organization because how the whole thing unfolded. But either way, they had no complaints. None. They said they didn't even know that stuff too much was taking place. I tell you one thing, I am glad. I'm glad that, the whole sitting in the back of the bus thing, come on, that's a little ridiculous. That nobody deserves to be treated like that, and I do agree with that. You didn't deserve to be treated anyway. You didn't deserve to see people hanging from a tree, or they play judgmental things, Ku Klux Klan. I don't care if you're a Klan member, if you're a Black Panther, you're both wicked. Wicked. Black Panthers are just as wicked as the KKK. The only thing is, I'll get the Black Panthers is they stand there without mask on. I'm sorry, but that hate's got to stop. I didn't do nothing to you. Let me tell you something. True story. Everything I'm telling you is going to be true anyways. I'm not going to lie to you because I got to answer to God and I got to answer to Jesus Christ. I was 15 years old. I lied about my age because I was always a decent sized person, and I looked older for my age. God never questioned it. The person my sister was dating at the time, she got pregnant by. So he did landscaping. He says, it's fall time. We need some laborers. They probably won't ask you your age. Tell them you're 16. Okay, I can do that. Didn't even ask how much money I was making. I didn't care. It was money. Well, okay. I don't have an ID. I don't have anything. I had a Social Security card and a birth certificate. Took it into, was up there Monday morning, filled out the paperwork. He had to help me because I didn't know half the stuff. I didn't know how to fill out an application. They never asked me, how come you're not in school? 16 years old. You think somebody would have asked me eventually, why aren't you in school? My mom left us. My sister's pregnant. And I'm terrified. Any other questions? So, first week, they hold the first week back. Second week, on a Friday, we get paid. Paycheck. And I said, how do I cash this? I don't have any ID. So my sister's boyfriend at the time, that was you're working there too. There was a title, there was a license place where you could get your pit IDs and stuff next to a store called Acme. So we go in there. I put the stuff down. They asked me my address. I told them. They took a picture of me, gave me a state ID. I went right out of there, went to Acme's, cashed my check, paid him back the money for the ID, and I'm thinking, man, this is great. First thing I did is ran back there and got me some soda, pop. We used to call it pop. Some people call it soda. If you're in certain states, they call it Pepsi. Some states call it Coke. Doesn't matter what you're looking for. It's either Pepsi or Coke. You go in there asking for soda or pop or something, they're going to look at you like you're crazy and say, Pepsi's back there. I said, no, I don't want Pepsi. I want Mountain Dew. Pepsi's back there. Oh, okay. I go back to the coolers. I go, oh, here's the cooler. They must call everything Pepsi. I don't know. Don't care. I got what I needed, and I was gone. Anyways, just kind of crazy when you travel around and you get to see and hear different people, how they talk, and how their views is on things, I guess, is a better way of looking at it. It can honestly make us kind of look at things a lot different. Relax a little bit and not be so uptight and so crazy about our past. Them chains are tight. They hold you. They're going to bind you. They're going to make you miserable because you want to change something for your ancestors. Let it go. Let's change tomorrow. You want to change tomorrow? Let's get people off the streets. Let's get people out of these gangs. Let's get the American African kids away from these gang bangers and these drug dealers and using your children, the African Americans, the Caucasians, the Mexicans, whatever. Let's stop these pimps from slavery and sex trafficking them, with the government's also involved with. Come on. You want to do something for your ancestors? Then let's do that. I'll stand with you on that. But anyways, I know I go on these rampages sometimes, but I'm not going to apologize for it because I always say, you get a lot of good information out of those little rampages. So if American Africans have the right to hate and despise white people, because I've had a few of them say, I despise you for what you did to my ancestors. Well, I was always told that I looked old for my age, but I never thought that I looked that young for my age. What I did to your ancestors? I guess I found that time machine in that fountain of life, and I'm not sharing. Matter of fact, I'm going to win the lottery every time it gets up to about $500,000 or $500 million or whatever. I'm going to wait till it gets up there in the triple digits, and I'm going to be the sole winner because I'm going to time travel and come back, and I'm going to get the winning numbers, and I'm going to play it, and I'm going to be a trillionaire. I don't know how high it goes into trillionaires, if there's anything beyond that, but I'm going to go as high as I can. And I'm going to be the richest person on the earth. I'm going to be selfish. I'm not going to give anybody anything. And I'm going to eat out every day and waste food. Just shit. It's kind of funny if you really think about what would you do with that kind of money. I mean, I feel bad for people that have, like, Donald Trump's and stuff. I know I wasn't going to say anything, but Donald Trump's prior. I mean, look at the guy. I feel bad. I really do. I really do feel bad that when I hear him doing all this gold faucets and all this stuff. There's too many people struggling. Too many people, it really saddens me. Go time after time without food and stuff when I was younger, and then you hear people have a gold faucet. I don't care how much money I have. I would never do stuff like that. True story. My wife, one time when we were driving down the road, we was doing landscaping. And she says, I can't remember if she said stop or we went back, but I think we stopped. No, I think I swung back around, to be honest. And she gave her lunch away to a guy. And it touched my heart. Not knowing that this was still early in the morning and she was going to be real hungry later on. So I ate my lunch in front of her and said, I'm not giving you that. No, I'm just kidding. We went to this place. Right next door was a place, and we went in and got her something to eat. Um, but an act of kindness, people can change the world, you know. But anyways, getting back to the story of if they have the rights to hate white people, then I do too. Not white people, but American Africans. Because my first paycheck, I cash it. I'm carrying groceries, and I don't. You'd have to know the area, but it's a few miles from the Acme. There, you got to walk. It's a few miles down to South Akron, where I was living at the time, and this old guy would sit on the porch, and I'd walk every day from the house we lived in all the way past him. He'd sit on the porch. I'd wave to him. Never waved. Never did nothing. No hi, no nothing. I'd wave to him every day. I didn't care. Get on the porch, I'd wave. Little kids, wave to them, push them on their swings, whatever. Yeah, I know. Today it's probably kind of creepy for that kind of stuff. I probably wouldn't have done it in today's time, but that's what Lucifer wants. He wants all these things. But is it really so creepy? Well, now what if I was a woman and doing that? Is that okay? Not really, because I'm a man. I'm just playing Halloween, so I can dress up as I want. But anyways, I come down there and I'm carrying stuff, and there was a little store right next to where he lived, and these guys came out of there. What you got? And I was so excited. I said, just got my first paycheck, taking home some stuff for my sister. She's pregnant, and I got some pop and stuff, and I'm so happy. Really? Good for you. Next thing you know, I got 3 coming up in front of me, a couple coming down the side of me, and a couple in the back of me, and I'm stuck. They're looking at me, pulling the bags out of my hand, throwing stuff down into the dirt, opening it up, dumping the stuff out. How much money do you got? $120. They beat me. They tossed me back and forth and beat me up bad. They took every dollar I had. It ruined all the food I had and the drinks I had that I'm trying to take home to my sister that was pregnant. I didn't deserve that, but I took it. That was the first day that I looked at skin color. Following week, I tried to go the other way. They must have had somebody watching out for me or something, because they knew I walked through there. There was no other way. There was either turn down that street or you went straight, took the next street. They got me again. Not everything that time, because I hid some money along the way under a bridge that I had to cross to get. It was over Summit Lake. There was a bridge I had to cross over. I even tried to hand him the money. I didn't have a wallet. All I had was an ID. And at that point, I was hiding my ID too because I was afraid they were going to take it. And I tried to hand them. I even pulled my pockets inside out, took my shoes off, and they still beat the living tar out of me. Took what I had. Third week, my sister walked over the bridge, and I told her, I said, take this money, hide it, keep going. You're pregnant. You can obviously see she was pregnant. I said, most likely they're not going to mess with you, but you go before me. Just keep going no matter what happens. Don't you look back. And I said, there's money under the bridge. And I told her where it was at. I said, if anything happens to me, you go get that money. You get out of here. I decided that day I was going to fight. I'm walking down that road and I'm watching her. I waited till she turned the corner of the street, and I told her, I said, as soon as you turn that corner, you go as fast as you can and don't let them see where you live. I get up by the store, and all I could do is I had some cloth, and I wrapped it around my knuckles as tight as I could get it. Wrapped around the other one as tight as I can get it. And I wrapped it in between my fingers, and I tied it. And I just balled up my fist. I didn't have no money on me, so they weren't getting none of my money this time because I tried to give it to them the last time. 8 of them. 8. A 15-year-old kid. 8 people came out of that store, and this guy was Middle Eastern. He hurried up and closed his door. This, like, I don't know what you call them, like chain like things that they put down so you can't get in. He locks his door. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it. They didn't want to be bothered because they didn't want nothing happening in their store. They didn't want to be robbed themselves, probably. And I look over there, and they're staring out the little slat, like little pieces, like a chain, whatever you call them things. I went to the biggest one there, and I just lit into it. I felt this pounding thing on the back of my neck, and felt this bludge on my side. It didn't take long. I mean, I threw some punches here and there, but I'm 15 years old. And I remember looking at that old man when they threw me. Like, literally, the guy picked me up and just threw me up in the air, and I landed down. And they're kicking the living tar out of me and smacking me. One hit me so hard in the nose that my eyes just instantly watered up, and I remember looking up at, will you please help me? Man, I don't care if they kill you, white boy. Yeah, I know. I know. Amazing. But I tell you what, all they did is make me hate even more. So what did I do? After I was able to get up, and which would have been a 5-minute rest of the walk home, took me 2 hours. My elbows all tore up, crawling. I went home and I filled up socks with padlocks, soap, anything I could find. And I was going to go back and I was going to sling them freaking things at their heads and do whatever I could possibly do. That's how mad I was. Careful. That was the first night I got to experience the devil. The very first night that I got to witness what he was going to give me. He says, "You want revenge?" I said, "Yes, I do." "You want to hurt them bad?" Because if you don't want to hurt them bad, there's no sense in revenge. I said, "No, I want them to pay for what they did to me. And I want that old man to pay too. Matter of fact, I want to start with him." Isn't that something? But we all want to say one way or another what we're able or capable. But I don't hate the African American. I had a couple good friends. I used to tell them all the time, I hate all race. I don't care if you're pink, purple, black, green, whatever you are. I don't care. I don't like you. I don't like people. Wasn't a big people person. I'd stop and help people change their tires back in the day when you could do that. Today, you're liable to get shot. But I tell you, one thing about it is, all I said was, I will help you. I don't want to thank you. I don't want nothing out of you. Let me change your tire and go about my way. If you're going to thank me or say anything to me while I'm changing this tire, I'm going to quit. I'm going to walk right back to my car and I'm leaving. Not too many people would say anything about it, but I was rude. I learned over the years, if I'm rude, cocky, arrogant, people would leave me alone. They didn't want to be around me. See how we can hate people and judge people, and you don't even know anybody. You don't know the stories they've been through. What did I do? So when you stand up here and call this Black Lives Matter and this racist bull crap, and that's only a tip of the iceberg of what I had to go through. I think I pretty much can sit there and say what I'm saying right now, and there ain't really too much anybody can come against me. Puerto Ricans, I dealt with the same thing with them. Mexicans, same exact crap. I had one guy start up a big, powerful string trimmer, zip it across the back of my freaking leg, and cut my leg open. That's when I was a little bit older. Working out, training, and I already had the devil. I did some bad stuff, people. Bad stuff. You know, don't let hate control your life. That's why I'm telling you, let the past go. Let them chains be broken. Speaking of which, I did, you're probably going to have to pull up Jasmine Miller, and I will apologize. It's Jasmine without an E, Miller, Miller. There's some videos, if she hasn't took them off there, which I'm hoping she didn't, but she may have. But anyways, I got a suit on, and then, or it's going to show me in a black t-shirt with a yellow cross on it, says Jesus Save. I did Sin in Chains on that one. I don't know what she called it, but if you're watching this, go watch that video. There's a few more on there that I did too, but that one is I really went back and watched that thing a couple times myself. But go watch it. And the reason why I'm saying I don't know if she deleted it or not, because she doesn't speak per se to me today because of some issues that she falsely accused me on. But that's okay also. That's her prerogative. You can be mad at God, you can be mad at me, you can be mad at everybody, but I say go look in the mirror first. Be mad at yourself. But I still pray for her. I still pray for them people, whether they're still alive or today or not. I ask for forgiveness for these people, that God has mercy on their soul. Whatever God does, God does. He's the judge, not me. And if he punishes them, there's no sin that's going to go that's not going to be punished if you do wrong to people and you don't repent. Forgiveness is for yourself, people, not for the people that's done wrong to you, for you to have peace. Forgiveness is for yourself, for what people have done wrong, so you can have peace. I felt like I should say it again, so I'm going to. Forgiveness is for yourself, not for those who have done wrong to you, so you can have peace. Don't live with a hatred in your body. I lived too long with it. It'll break you down every time. It'll destroy you. I guarantee that.